Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hey everybody, Chris Perillo here with 2 hands on the wheel and 4 eyes on the road. And you can see it's nighttime. I uploaded a video earlier saying that I was waiting in line for an iPad today. And ended up getting my friend an iPad. That was great for her. But unfortunately, when we got to the end of the waiting at Best Buy, even at the front of the line, or really close to it, about 5 people deep, I was told that Best Buy was not carrying the 3G model, which really upset me, because nowhere had they revealed the information of what they were carrying or what they weren't carrying. And I'm not saying that this particular Best Buy location is the only one to blame. Apple most likely would be to blame. I don't think any store anywhere was saying anything about inventory, which to me is doing customers an extreme disservice. Had I known that Best Buy, specifically this one, because I'll get to another twist in the story here in a second, had I known that this Best Buy was not carrying the 3G model, I would have gone elsewhere. I would have likely have gone to an AT&T store, even though after being denied the ability to get the 3G model of the iPad at Best Buy today, walked across to an AT&T store right there in the same parking lot, and they said they only had six, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units in stock. And of course, more than 6 people were there waiting to get their own iPad with the 3G hardware inside. So I was kind of I was distressed, because I wanted to get the iPad. Obviously, I waited in line because I wanted the iPad, and instead of spending the money on just Wi-Fi only model, I'm going for the 3G, if only because I know that inevitably I'm going to be at a spot where I need to get online. If Wi-Fi is not available and something's wrong with the iPhone, maybe it dies or something else happens, emergency backup service, but more than anything, that different GPS type of hardware inside the 3G is enough for me to go with that model over the Wi-Fi only. Even though, more than likely, I'm going to be using the tethering option of the iPhone 4, at least today, until the next iPhone comes out, the tethering option to be able to connect to the iPad, even if I'm not in a Wi-Fi zone, or at least Wi-Fi that I trust. Either way, went back to Best Buy to pick up the unit that we were able to secure, a 16 gig Wi-Fi only white iPad, no 3G, obviously, and kind of stood around and I thought, well, why don't I call Reza? I know he was waiting in line. Reza's the one who's done some jailbreaking, or I guess jailbreak software videos for the channel, so you likely know who he is. Very grateful, and I'm even more grateful for him now, because I called him up and I said, well, how'd you do? And he said, yeah, I got everything. He said, yeah, they ran out of, or they didn't carry the 3G model at this Best Buy. And Reza said, whoa, really? Well, let me see if I can swap. And he was able to swap one of his tickets because he was getting 2 iPads. So he swapped one of his iPad tickets for 64 gig black Wi-Fi 3G model for me. So I'm on my way up to his place to pick it up, and I'm very, very grateful for that, because otherwise, what I did was, after I realized, walking back from the AT&T store on my iPhone, I ordered the iPad 3G Wi-Fi black 64 gig model. Did I say 64 gig before, or 64-bit? Anyway, 64 gig model. I ordered it on my iPhone, and have it on order, realizing that yes, it would take 2 to 3 weeks to actually get to where I was. But this was the first product from Apple that I've ever waited in line for, ever. And I was really, I think I was upset at Best Buy, if only because they weren't forthcoming with information, but could be equally as upset with Apple, because I don't think that's right, because it would have changed the plans of where I was going to be waiting and where I would go, and I figured Best Buy would have what I was looking for, and plus I could get reward zone points, which add up and blah 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 blah. So either way, Reza was able to get one for me, as well as one of the covers for it. So we'll be able to see how that works out. Either way, as I alluded to earlier, we were waiting in line. We got to the front of the line, and one of the individuals at Best Buy, seemingly, I don't know if he's manager or something like that, he said, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I guess I do content, YouTube, blogs, I do things online. And we kept talking, and I said, yeah, I was going to get the 3G one, but, that's the one I wanted. And he says, yeah, no Best Buy store was supposed to carry it except for a couple. So he alluded that originally Best Buy was, or two Best Buy stores in the Seattle area allegedly were going to carry and be able to distribute the 3G model. And he said this. So that made me wonder, well, A, why aren't they distributing it? B, do they have the models and they're saying that they don't have the models, like any Best Buy store, specifically in the Seattle area? So there's some weird stuff going on. Either way, I'm not happy with Best Buy, and I'm not happy with Apple, especially with those decisions. Certainly, if you're going to ship Best Buy or 3G models of the iPad to one Best Buy store, ship to all of them. Or if you're not going to ship to them, let your customers know. Because I tell you, I would have rather waited in line and for an Apple store, realizing the line would be tremendously long, had I known definitively that the model that I was looking for wasn't going to be the store that I was waiting for. And I'm not the only one who ran into this problem. The people who were coming before me, they were all asking for the 3G models as well. Each time they said, no, we don't have those, we don't have those, we don't have those. So I think Best Buy, really, this is a black eye, for them. It's a black eye for Apple. This is just not the way to treat your customers. I'm ready to spend money. And now I couldn't do it. I'm going to remember this. Absolutely remember this. When it comes to buying decision, from anybody who does something like this. I'm very grateful that, my friend was able to pick up a unit for me tonight. He's got his own as well. He went with a 32 gig white one, I believe, Wi-Fi. It's upsetting that they wouldn't be forthcoming with that information. So I thought, I'd record the video, specifically in the process of me driving a half hour out of my way to go to my friend's place. And I also, for Reza, I ended up getting him a couple of iTunes gift certificates for doing this. He didn't need to do that, but very, very happy that he did. Either way, I don't know if anybody else had different experiences, the same experiences in waiting for an iPad today. Maybe you didn't. Maybe it had to do with some other device that you're waiting for, as has happened in the past. I believe I'm a loyal Best Buy customer. I'm definitely a loyal Apple customer. I just don't know where the snafu was. But either way, it's very upsetting. And I can't imagine, specifically on the thing that I posted to the Facebook page, facebook.com/Chris Perillo, and I tweeted out from @ChrisPerillo, that I felt like I was just kind of thrown under a bus. And other people responded, specifically those who also waited at Best Buy, to find out that they're in the same boat and they wasted all that time. And I know there are a lot of people who are disappointed. So I think this is a story. I think the lack of transparency is very concerning. I'm not as quick to judge Best Buy as I would be Apple, because this sounds like a very Apple thing to do. It's just not a right thing to do. Just at least let me make that decision on my own volition, knowing everything that was in front of me. I wasn't going to wait at the Verizon store, because obviously they wouldn't carry an AT&T 3G model. I figured that, AT&T may have it, but the line would be, long there. And apparently the inventory was so short, at least at the store that I would have gone to for AT&T, it would be pointless anyway. So, anyway, that's the story. This is why I'm doing it in the car. I'm upset, but I'm also grateful that I'm able to spend my money. And I'm very grateful, even more grateful, that I've got a friend who would help make this happen. So, either way, right now there's a white iPad sitting on my desk, ready to be unboxed, but it's not happening as quickly as I would have liked it to, because I'm on my way to get my own iPad. But although that being said, I think we're going to use the white iPad 3G. The white iPad 16 gig, no 3G, on that one for the. I don't know if we're doing that for the unboxing, but specifically the comparison videos, if only because it's a visual difference, the black old one and a white new one. It may help in not just in the raw differences, but specifically drawing a visual comparison in the initial videos that we plan on doing tonight. Either way, let me know your thoughts. Maybe I'm the only one this happened to. Maybe I'm not. Maybe it's happened to, you in terms of other gadgets that you've gone to get, and had to wait in line for. Games, maybe. Other hardware. It just doesn't seem to be the right thing to do. For my first waiting in line for an Apple product experience, I gotta say, it was pretty lousy. Thankfully, I think the iPad 2 will be much better than the experience of actually going to get the iPad 2. That does remain to be seen. Either way, let me know, comment, and hopefully tune in for the live unboxing, although by the time you watch this video, it'll probably be done. Either way, hopefully we'll catch you somewhere in between. We've got a chat room that I'm sure is geeking out specifically over the iPad sitting on my desk, streaming my home office 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.perillo.com. We'll see you later.